Hey guys!
Hello!
I'm Buffy and this is...
I'm David.
And we are Bide-A-Wee Doghaven. I figure in our first video we'll just tell you about what we do here, about how we kind of got here, and leave the introductions of these kids for a little later. Very quickly, this is Aoife, Trilby, Clary Sage, Lil Jimmy, Thule, and Olive, and you'll hear all about them later in another video. For now, I guess we'll start with a little about who we are and what we do. As a dog rescue, a lot of people hear that and think that our ultimate goal is to save dogs, to place them in new homes, to adopt them out. We don't actually do that. We don't adopt dogs out once we have a dog. They are with us for life. Which is why we like to concentrate on senior dogs or like medically complicated dogs. Dogs that are not going to be adopted very quickly in a shelter, things like that, or dogs that may never get adopted in a shelter. Little Jimmy is actually terminal. He's a great example. People really hate adopting terminal dogs. Most people, I would say, because they don't want to go through the heartbreak, they don't want to go through the financial strain.
And some other animal rescue organizations will refuse to adopt out dogs that are terminal. Like little Jimmy, we wouldn't be able to outright adopt him because then they would be liable.
Right, yeah. So he is technically a foster, but he is a hospice foster. So he's with us, he's one of our kids.
Oh yeah.
So that's who we adopt and why we don't adopt out. I want to create an environment where these dogs can be very safe and very stable.
Look at us.
And live their lives out very happily. And that's, a lot of people ask how we can do that actually. I get into like micro conversations and like Ubers all the time. You know, how do you adopt dying dogs or whatever? Isn't that hard? Like,
The dogs.
that's probably the dumbest question I've ever heard. Like, of course it's hard. Like, have you ever had an animal die? It is hard. But I know when we saw the email, he's actually from Paws, Chicago, Jimmy is.
This one too.
Yeah, that one too, yeah. We adopted her like 4 years ago.
This one too.
That one too, yeah, we love Paws. When I saw the email about a foster dog needing a hospice home, it definitely sat on my mind because we were in the middle of moving. It was a really bad time for us and I was like, surely somebody will take him. Surely somebody will take him. And then when I got the next week's email, he was right at the top, urgent. This little guy needs a place. He's not doing well in a shelter. These could be his last days. Like, please just help make him comfortable. So yeah, it's going to be hard when he goes, but at the same time, it would be really hard for me knowing he was still in that shelter. Because he just doesn't deal with it very well. He's much happier here.
Look at how squished.
He is pretty squished. He's pretty happy about it, though.
This little one, too. She was so frightened. Didn't do well with the environment. But look at her now.
Yeah, she's, Olive's about 8. She's had a pretty hard life. You can see where she's had a few broken bones, like her dew claws are deformed from being neglected. She's very, very, very timid, I guess is the word. She's definitely scared when you approach her. It took a while to literally get her to leave the closet. She sat in a corner for about a week when we brought her home. So she's what we would consider a senior dog, which is right in line with our mission statement. So it just so happened that she fit in perfectly. So she's our newest addition. I said we wouldn't go into detail about the dogs, but and then, there we go. So a little bit about us as people. I think we bring a lot to the table. We have 2 very different backgrounds. We did meet 12 years ago. I was 16, 15?
I think we were something like that.
We were really young in high school.
Long ago.
So we've been together for 12 years, so I guess we've known each other for 13.
Or 14. Because you were...
No, I wasn't there for my freshman year.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Something like that.
So yeah, so it's a long story. We've known each other for a very long time. We've been married for a very long time. This is our home, our forever home. We bought it a few months ago, and we're working to build permanent structures in it to make it easier on ourselves and on the dogs. Things like built-in kennels, things like water stations around the house, things like toy boxes built specifically for small dogs to be able to get in and out of them. That sort of thing. So that's where we are in our life right now. Professionally, my degrees are in theater, and his...
I'm a scientist, so...
Yes, and he also has an
Biology.
English degree. You? Yeah? What do you do? We had this conversation with an Uber driver. Anyway, BA's in English. So that's kind of where we are. He works for a really well-known hospital here in the city, and I work at home. You're looking at what I do. I'm very excited to be able to dedicate myself entirely to the day-to-day runnings of this and to the back-end version. So anything you see on the website, anything you see on the Instagram, things like that is going to be me running them because I'm here with the kids all the time. Hey, kid.
Did we wake you?
I'm so sorry. She went to a socialization class today, and she does horrible with them. She's not good with other dogs yet, but I guess it knocked her out. So she's gonna go right back to sleep. What are you doing, kid? So that's a little about us. We do have a great board behind us. We have a vet tech whom I love, and we have one of my childhood friends who's serving as our accountant or our account advisor. We have big plans for this. We have a lot of work to do still.
Big dog plans.
We'll see. Right now, we do prefer small dogs. That is, again, in our mission statement. Just because they're so much easier for me to deal with, seeing as I'm home with them in the day-to-day. So yeah, I'm glad you guys are joining us. Please subscribe. It's a super easy way to support us without having to donate or spend time or anything else. Just click the subscribe button, just right down there. Yeah. Until next time, from us here at Bide-A-Wee. Bye.